Hello, welcome to this module on using AI for grant writing. My name is Erin Burns, STEM librarian at Texas Tech University. Today we're going to discuss the pros and cons of using AI for grant writing, AI grant writing tools, the limits of using AI for this purpose, where we can find grant templates and other ways and other things that can help us with our grant writing journey. So we're going to talk about grantable.co. Grantable is an AI that is marketing themselves as helping you write your grants. They have modules that are tutorials in which they discuss using AI for grant writing. And so I have borrowed the following screenshot about their proposal here. So they are comparing ChatGPT pros and cons to using their own model. And what happens is they're saying that, yeah, it's a flexible and powerful tool. It's free and easy to use on desktop and mobile devices. It can be a useful addition to everybody's toolkit. It can be excellent for managing conversations or generating helpful outputs and suggestions. However, the cons to this are that it is labor intensive and repetitive because you will have to provide context to the learning model. It is not optimized for understanding a specific organization or workflow. It is not searching through multiple files and folders to find the right content. This can be inefficient for storing document information like other grant proposals. There's no way to organize different conversations within ChatGPT, and it's not structured for writing long-form documents. And it's also difficult to review these proposals in conversational format. I would argue that even Grantable has some of those same problems. Grantable is trying to sell us a product that their AI is better than ChatGPT. They talk about the process comparison. If you're doing something manually, you're going to have to manually search a document. It can be time consuming. You don't know what the right keywords are. You're going to have to do some copy pasting and reformatting. I would argue that the only thing that's on that chart on that right side that is problematic might be reformatting. That can be time consuming. However, some of these other things like copy paste are the same thing that you would do if you're trying to prompt your large language model. And so I recommend caution as well because these AIs are going to have similar problems to ChatGPT where it might hallucinate and it's also missing context. It's also probably expensive to try to use. Texas Tech University does not offer any of these AI tools at this time for grant writing, so you would be paying out of pocket for them. The other thing that Grantable argues is that according to this 2023 State of Grant Seeking report, the top challenge that grant seekers have is insufficient time and capacity to pursue grant funding. So this means that many people are excited about generative AI and tools like Grantable because they feel that it can help reduce time and energy required to produce high quality sounding grant applications, which enables organizations to apply for all the opportunities they may qualify for. Again, we need to urge caution here. However, here are some of those other AI grant writing tools. So there's Grant AI, Grant Boost, Fund Writer, Grant Wizard, Grant Genie, and probably several others that I am missing at this time. I would argue that a template may be all that you need. Again, we fall back on our Ian Malcolm meme. Being so preoccupied with whether or not we could, we didn't stop to think if we should. So we want to Google the agency funding the grant. Are there templates available? Is there going to be an AI policy I need to look at? Ask your colleagues for past templates if they're willing to share. Technical Writer HQ has some great information about how to write grants, and they also have some other templates available. Grant writing is time-consuming and competitive. I feel like this is a bit of a myth in that AI might help you with this. You may end up spending just as much time learning the expensive to subscribe to AI tool so that it understands your context and needs as much information as you would if you found a template and input everything directly. For those of you whose English is not your first language or your best language, or because of information that you feel that these grants are too competitive and that you have to use these AI tools to get better, I would say that, yeah, there is a pattern to grant and technical writing. These large language model tools may pick up on this pattern to an extent. However, these government grants may get rejected for plagiarism. So if you use something and you feel like English is not great, you can use something like Grammarly to help you. As Grammarly gets put into Word a little bit more often, you may use that as a way to help you make your English better. However, again, we need to be careful. We cannot copy paste directly from the large language model into our government grant because we will get rejected for plagiarism. So what can we do instead? There is an article that came out this year in March of 2024, which I have linked in this module, and it talks about 10 simple rules to leveraging large language models for getting grants. Again, we need to check the guidelines of funding agency on the AI usage. We need to consider data privacy limitations. We don't want to use AI to write your grant, right? We need to uh, maybe use AI for specific prompts and specific feedback, but don't use copy paste to write the whole grant. We need to fact check everything. Just because it pulled from a paper doesn't necessarily mean it pulled it correctly. Do not copy and paste. You can use the AI generated text for inspiration. However, this can be, again, problematic. So you want to make sure that you are not copy and pasting directly from the LLM's outputs, but that you're using it in a way that goes, okay, yeah, that makes a little more sense. I might be able to use some of this wording and then put it back into some of my paragraphs. You might want to use this iterative process to become a better grant writer. And you can use the AI for inspiration in developing figures. Make sure you run your grant proposals several times by other people. This can include the Graduate Writing Center at Texas Tech University. And don't forget that you can play with these models a little bit to see what you can get back. On this next page here, I have pulled out that nice little figure that they have. I do like how they've got their rules laid out here. So you've got your idea and, again, sponsor guidelines, privacy limitations, and then we can turn that coal into a diamond. So just be careful here as you go through these processes. There are other grant writing alternatives to using AI. So Temple University and many other places have whole courses in how to write grants. So it's not an easy process, and I don't feel that AI is at the place where it can help you the best. Nonprofitready.org has grant writing classes online. Their Graduate Writing Center offers workshops as well.